yeah, Rodney, what are you doing? and he's like, shut up, Mom, I got this under control.
Look who got stuffed on Thanksgiving.
That sounds creepy.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Cinema Casket, the podcast for everything scary, spooky, bone-chilling, and thrilling. We keep you up to date with the latest horror movie news, trailer breakdowns, and of course, our final verdict. Will it be trash or treasure? I'm Dylan.
And I'm Johnny.
And what are we watching today?
We're going to watch the trailer for Scary Movie 6. We're going to take a little jaunt down a lighthearted, very raunchy road.
Raunchy road.
Raunchy road.
My favorite ice cream.
Take me home. Yeah.
Somebody help! Help! Bitch! We on break! So you handle yours. I'll be right over here eating my falafel and my pork rinds. Bitch!
Guess who's back.
That was not really what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I have no idea.
Okay, this is going to sound so stupid, but this is the movie the world needs right now.
It is?
I mean, we just need comedy. We need people to lighten up and just like be able to laugh at themselves and laugh at each other without being so offended by everything all the time. And yeah. I feel like something that is just in your face, offensive, can really kind of break down the walls and just kind of like realize how silly.
Yeah, we need to bring back raunchy comedies.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been few and far between for comedies. You get like one or two comedies a year, and a lot of them are like lighthearted indie comedies, which I absolutely love.
Sure.
But sometimes I just want to watch something stupid.
Yeah, totally.
And this is so stupid in like the best way.
Yeah, and I do think it's kind of cringe to be like, I'm going to trigger you. Oh, safe spaces, but I mean, honestly, we do kind of need that. And Marlon Wayans is like, we're coming for everybody.
Yeah.
Trying to sell it with controversy. You have Eminem playing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
We know what you're doing. And I think it works. I think it gets people talking about the movie.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So what? The first one came out when we were 10. So this was like 10, 9, however old we were. But this was just like very... oh, I shouldn't be watching this. Like, like that's how I had to go down into the basement, and that sounds creepy, but I had to go down into the basement and watch a scary movie or watch it at a friend's house. So I just have like a lot of like
nostalgia
and
good
like
vibes,
good memories
feelings
of watching like the first two scary movies. Anything past the first two, I didn't really like.
Yeah, the whole parody movie thing ran into the ground, and that was such a weird time.
Yeah, because it wasn't funny.
Yeah, it's just like date movie, epic movie. There was so
disaster
many.
Movie, superhero movie. Yeah, and it's just and you know what? After like the Wayans brothers like lost the rights or walked away or whatever happened after the second one, it just went downhill. I didn't even realize there was 5, to be honest.
I definitely remember watching the third one and liking it, but I mean,
I watched the third one and like there were a couple funny parts, but it for me it just didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
Like the one thing I liked about like the first two is they chose one specific movie to spoof, right? So the first one was like Scream and the next one was like like a haunted house type thing. I didn't see that in this trailer. Like
they're trying to do a bunch of different movies. They were doing Terrifier. They were doing The Purge, I think, or The Strangers. I didn't like kind of have recognized that.
Well, yeah, they had Weapons. Like they had some really recent ones, like Weapons and Sinners, that they got in there as well,
which are great material to parody.
Yeah, and like right on the button and very relevant. They had Megan and they had like Jenna Ortega, like lookalike kid, and they had Texas. No, what's the one with Jamie Lee Curtis? That's kind of like Anne Hathaway's, or not Anne Hathaway, Anna Faris's.
I have no idea.
Halloween.
Oh yeah,
she was
okay,
kind of like
yeah.
the crazy Jamie Lee Curtis, like Halloween. And I just like I want pee pee and poo poo jokes, and just to go and laugh my ass off and not have a care in the world. If this movie is bad, then it probably makes it better.
Yeah, I didn't really think there was a couple of things that made me laugh, but some of the jokes were like eye rolling.
Yeah.
So you're hoping that they're not all just base level jokes, and the really like topical jokes, like about Republicans or about pronouns and stuff. You're like, I can't remember if it was like that in the first Scary Movie. I don't know if there was anything that was like just poking fun at like current events.
Yeah, we watched the first one pretty recently.
Yeah, there was
together.
that joke about like Titanic, Shakespeare in Love, which like who even remembers that was a movie?
Yeah, so it was like relevant for the time, but maybe we didn't get a lot of the relevance because we were young.
Yeah.
And the first couple, they felt like they were able to weave in references pretty well without being in your face. And this one seems like maybe it's kind of like lost that touch.
Yeah.
And also with those first couple ones, there hadn't really been like a raunchy ass, super raunchy, like in your face spoof movie. You've had like the Leslie Nielsen spoofs and like Hot Shots or Loaded Weapon, and they're just kind of silly, but this was like hardcore raunchy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it's they definitely taken the same energy.
Mm-hmm.
When it's like, that's how it started with jokes they took too far and made too extreme to the point where you're just like, what the hell am I even watching?
Yeah, well, now being in our 30s, we might not be the target audience. Or are we the target audience?
I think we are, because they're bringing back everybody that's old now.
Yeah.
So I think we are.
We are the target audience.
That's what I was getting from it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I was just completely wrong with that statement.
I don't think this is targeted towards people younger than us that are actually offended by like, identity politics, which seems like a big part of like the jokes.
He stabbed her! Not her! My pronouns are they, them. He stabbed them!
Yeah. But it's also hard to say with like a, maybe this is like an hour and a half, hour, 40 minutes comedy. And when you watch like a 2.5 minute trailer, you're kind of like, okay, you got a lot of jokes in there, but there could be a lot of context as far as like timing goes and like character development and like knowing like who those characters are. And there could be just a lot more stuff that we're missing in there.
And I think like a lot of the best jokes in the original Scary Movie are just throwaway gags or throwaway jokes that aren't like really developed or part of anything. They're just like visual gags that are almost just like hidden in there, or just like throwaway lines that people say.
Oh, dude,
that are just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I quoted it for so long. The first Scary Movie, when they hit the person driving down the road, and they get out and someone's like, I found a shoe, and then one guy's like, where's the foot? And like, that I don't know. It's just like that delivery just fucking made me laugh so hard. I think with a movie like this, you want to throw out as wide of a net as possible.
Yeah.
Like, if you are aware of the Scary Movie movies,
which you probably are,
then, you know what you're getting into. And if they're able to just kind of like pick and poke at different types of like comedy stylings, I think that they'll probably have something pretty good.
Yeah. I think they are trying to cast a huge net here. They're trying to just roast everybody with this movie, which is the only way to do it.
What do you think about them bringing back a lot of the original cast?
A lot of it makes sense. I'm not going to remember their names.
Is it like, do you think that that's kind of like a joke in itself, like kind of poking fun at all the new horror movies, bringing back legacy characters?
That's why I think it's targeted towards us.
Yeah.
It's because I think a lot of the jokes are going to be like, oh, we're old now.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. we kind of are. It kind of made me realize how much I missed Anna Faris. I think just thought she was hilarious.
She's great.
Yeah, and the Wayans brothers, like they kind of lost me on some of their movies, like Little Man and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, sure. They had a lot of duds and a lot of unfunny stuff, but they're great as a whole. And certain projects, the Wayans Bros show was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought they were really funny, even if Marlon Wayans is he overdoes it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, and you know what? It's like, is this going to be a nostalgic feast for me? And I'm looking forward to being able to just go to the theater and laugh my ass off.
Oh yeah. Regardless of what we treasure or trash it, we're going to see it.
Yeah. And we'll probably just have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to be able to know that you're just going to have a good time and you're not going in with a critical mindset.
Oh yeah. Just don't go see it.
I mean, it's probably the exact same way I'm going to feel when I go see Jackass 5. I'm going to be like, yeah, there's like, what am I going to come home and write a 3-paragraph review about
the inner themes
of
how it's really
Johnny Knoxville shoving a bottle up his ass?
Well, that's a commentary on class consciousness.
Oh,
bottles
actually would be funny to write a really long review like just like that, like a thesis. Like that'd be pretty great.
So what are you rating this?
What am I rating it? Oh dude, like a 58. Like
that's fair.
Yeah,
I'll probably go higher. I'll probably go 62.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna do pretty well at the box office.
Yeah, because there hasn't been anything that they ran into the ground so hard that it had to just disappear from the zeitgeist. Like, no more parody movies. This isn't a thing. We don't even do comedies anymore. So I think you're totally right that this will do really well.
Yeah, I mean, and we also got the Naked Gun last year, which is kind of just like slapstick good time. Even though you didn't like that.
I didn't think it was
I thought
funny.
it was pretty fucking funny.
This is going to be a whole different tone. Well, not a whole different tone, but this has very different angle to that.
Yeah.
Where they are really trying to provoke the viewers in a way.
Yeah, poke the bear.
Like just shoving the dildo in Ghost Mask's face. I mean, in his ass.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I'm like, they're just trying to like troll everybody.
Well, it's also, that could also just be a reference to Everything Everywhere All at Once, where they had like the dildo fights, and there's gonna be like in the original Scary Movie, they had a reference to the Matrix, like they had like her floating in the air and stuff like that. So it's just gonna be, a lot of yeah, that's funny. I didn't think about that movie in that way, because like you brought it up a few times since we rewatched it, but that Titanic the Amistad 2.
Yeah, the Amistad 2 joke.
I'm the king of the world!
Amistad 2. Back down there, boy!
It's probably the best joke in the whole movie.
So
a lot of them are really dumb.
Yeah.
And like you just laugh because it's stupid. But it's like, that's just fucking genius.
Yeah. It's so fucking funny.
Another thing is that the writers, the Wayans Bros and whoever helps them write it, they always make fun of themselves too.
Oh yeah.
You could see it in the first one where they're kind of making fun about black people in movie theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see it in the trailer when they have the whole like black coworker stereotype.
Yeah.
So they're being fair. They're like,
yeah, dude, just like go after absolutely everyone.
we're not just gonna make fun of white women here.
Yeah, I mean, you had a liberal and a Republican joke in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that.
Also, I think the concept of not being able to hug one of your black friends because you're racist is funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't make sense. Why do racists not hug their black friends?
I don't know. I would maybe not. Would they have, if they're racist, do they have black friends? Like,
I mean, isn't that what everyone says when I have black friends. How could I be racist?
Do the Hitler's talk like that? I have black friends.
I just like stuttered or lisped. I tried to pass it off like I was doing a voice.
I mean, I liked it. I thought it was funny.
How could I be racist? I love black people. They're my best friends.
Yeah. That's only if you're defending yourself. And you think that you're not racist. Anyways.
Yeah, that was
moving on.
Yeah, I guess technically I'm trashing it by the metrics.
Yep.
And how those numbers line up, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think it'll be a good time. I think we should definitely get together and go see this and maybe share I didn't.
Maybe we'll share a good laugh together.
I was gonna say we'll share a malt. A malt milkshake. All right. You got something? You got something to say?
I was just thinking of something. This is just off my mind. We were talking about why is there 2 mummy movies a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a third one.
Is there?
Just called The Mummy. That just came out.
Really? Was this like a straight to?
Yeah, it's like an
Pluto
off-brand
TV.
It is. It's like an off-brand. One of those movies that tries to trick people into watching it.
Oh,
where it's like, oh, it's The Mummy. I'm gonna watch it. And
gotcha.
It's just some. Yeah.
Who's got money for that type?
Dude, it's so weird that that's a viable strategy. You would think like, oh yeah, that's what you would think would make money, but it wouldn't really work.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah, I guess so. People's got to be watching it. It's like all like the 25 Hallmark Christmas movies about white dudes and snow and falling in love every year that come out.
Talking about Boyfriend for Christmas?
I'm talking about all of them, dude.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Boyfriend for Christmas, where she wishes that her boyfriend would just jump off a cliff so she'd get a new one for Christmas.
Yeah, or like Handcuffed to Santa, or like
Candy Cans,
Bringing Home the Turkey, or Look Who's Coming to Christmas Dinner.
Look Who Stuffed the Turkey.
Yeah, Reindeer Games 2. It's not all fun and games.
Look Who Got Stuffed on Thanksgiving.
Dad's Drinking Again. Have you seen that one? It's a Hallmark special where these kids fear for their lives.
They hide behind the couch.
Yeah.
Sounds like a William Montgomery joke.
Go get me some eggnog. I'm smoking cigarettes in the house tonight.
That's the name of the movie.
That's the name of the movie? I'm smoking cigarettes in the house tonight. All right.
Well, do you want to play a little game?
I'd love to play a little game. Absolutely.
So the game I want to play is I want to show you a movie poster. And just based on the poster alone, I want you to describe the plot line. Tell me what happens in this movie. Tell me what it's about.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'm ready. Is it going to be a horror movie?
That's up to you.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm definitely curious.
So you can go ahead and take a look about that and tell me what this movie's about. What's the name of the movie?
Oh my God. The name of the movie is The Python Hunt. I see Gail and Rodney. Okay. I'm just going to have to look at this the whole time. So, what do we got? Give me 1 second.
It's a lot, huh?
It's a lot. I don't even know how you found this.
It's coming out soon.
Oh, lovely. So the Python Hunt is about Gail and Rodney, a mother and son, who they had woken up in the middle of the night and they had discovered that a python came into their house. And they heard like a rattling around the house and they're all scared. And, Rodney goes and grabs his shotgun, blows a couple holes in the house. He's like, "Who's there? What the fuck's going on?" Like, "This is Florida. I can kill you on my property." And then Gail's like, "Rodney, what are you doing?" and he's like, "Shut up, Mom. I got this under control." and then Gail gets up with a big ass knife and she goes, Rodney. there's a snake in the house and I don't know where Tibbles is. And Tibbles is their little Chihuahua dog. And they hear Tibbles barking, but the barks are getting quieter and quieter as the python starts slithering away. And Gail's like, no, my Tibbles. And Rodney's like, you don't have to worry, Ma, get in the van. And they are hunting down this python. And this python's going through other people's houses, and it's eating cats, and it's eating people's like little dogs. It's just eating everything it can find. And you like at first it's hard to find this python. It's nighttime, it's midnight, it's hard to see. It's going through all this grass, and as it keeps eating people's animals, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. Soon enough, this thing is just fucking barreling down the highway. It is just fucking going for it. It's so fucking fat that it can't even slither anymore. It's just somehow going in a straight line. Later we find out it's all the animals trying to escape the mouth of the python, but the python's got its mouth closed pretty good. And you could just see the feet just walking this python as fast as possible down the road.
It's like the Flintstones.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just like pushing skin. And like how are they gonna save the animals? They want to kill this python, obviously. And Gail's like, I'm gonna cut out its fucking eyes. And Rodney's like, you can't do that because what if he crashes? And so they're driving alongside, and they kind of just have to follow this thing for a while, and then it becomes like a really nice, comfortable story about Gail and Rodney, and they kind of get over some family trauma, and they realize that Rodney has lost her wife to an alligator attack the year before, and he had been really depressed, and he had to move back in with Gail, and he's always been telling himself that he moved back in to take care of her, but maybe she's taking care of him. And then eventually the snake the python chokes and dies. And then Rodney kind of just steps on its mouth without getting the teeth in his foot,
Yeah,
he breaks those off with a hammer. And then he just kind of like slowly pulls up the python's head and slowly just peels it back, and just all the way down this big ass python. This is the middle of the fucking freeway, dude. And then eventually there's just a bunch of like blood and guts covered animals, and they put them all in the van. They take it to a car wash, and in the they open up the back of the trunk of the car wash and just hose down all the animals, and then they go and return them all home, and Rodney and Gail and Tibbles kind of live happily ever after.
Nice. So it's a happy ending.
It's absolutely a happy ending.
It's a happy ending.
Unless you're a snake lover.
Yeah, but how could you love a python like that?
It was killing other animals that are cuter, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can only kill animals that are ugly.
Yeah. That's what I get down on.
Toads.
Toads are kind of cute. I never want to touch one or like see one. Well, they're kind of cute.
Yeah, I like that idea for the movie, though. It's more about the journey.
It's not the idea. That's what the movie's about.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus. I'm just saying, it's more about the journey and the...
than the destination.
Yeah, internal growth.
Yeah.
Development.
And, obviously the snake eating the animals is attributed to Rodney eating his emotions. He relates to the snake. He said, yeah, I get it.
I get it. I get why you do this.
I get why you do this, man.
I mean, that makes sense, because I thought you were going to say at the end they give up and they realize that they don't need Tibbles. No. They have everything they needed all along.
Oh, well,
a loving family.
That would have been very sweet, but you just don't want to. You only want to kill one animal in this movie. All the animals are safe, and they got cleaned up at the car wash.
Well, that's great.
Yeah,
the Python Hunt.
The Python Hunt. Check it out. Coming out soon. From what I hear,
coming to theaters.
Coming to theaters. I love it. Hey, why don't you give our friends out there a little something to check out this week?
Oh, what are we watching?
What are we watching?
Well, we're watching the original Scary Movie.
Yeah, might as well get ready.
It's on Netflix. Check it out on streaming. Get ready for Scary Movie 6.
Yeah.
Kind of get acquainted with something you might not be like super familiar with. Might have been a while since you watched a comedy like that.
Yeah, or go back and just have a little nostalgia fest. Were you one of us who just kind of like, oh, I felt so daring watching this as a kid. I was a naughty boy.
Spicy.
I was a spicy boy.
Don't let mom catch you.
No. She didn't really give a shit.
She doesn't like scary movies.
No, she really doesn't. All right. Should we wrap this thing up like a mummy?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Cinema Casket. As always, I am Johnny.
And I'm Dylan.
And we'll catch you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thanks for watching another episode of Cinema Casket. Be sure to join us every Monday as we discuss upcoming horror movies and horror movie news. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and anywhere you get your podcast needs. And once again, I'm Johnny.
And I'm Dylan.
Go die.